And now, The Rise Above Show, presented by Roofing.com and hosted by Diego Dante.
Welcome to The Rise Above Show, presented by Roofing.com. I am your host, Diego Dante. We are here at D2D-Con in Salt Lake City, Utah, with my man, Adam Bensman, the Roof Strategist. How you doing, man?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, man. Good to see you. We had you at RoofCon this year, and
which was awesome, by the way.
Cool.
Highly recommend. And I already got my booth for next year because I loved it so much.
Right on, man. I think you had a breakout there as well, right?
Yep.
Or you were on a panel?
Yeah, both breakout and panel.
We were so excited when we got you. I think you were one of the first industry people that we had on the books, and I remember
Awesome.
We wrote your name down on the board, and we're like, this is legit. Like, we're gonna get a lot of people out here because Adam's coming. Because that's like you've got a great reputation in the industry.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So tell me a little bit. How did you get to? Because I feel like when I started seeing your name, the first time I saw your name, all of a sudden, then I couldn't stop seeing your name all over social media, right? So I started seeing your ads, and I started your YouTube videos started popping up, and like you're everywhere, man. So like, how did this start?
It's a good question. The whole YouTube channel started, I was originally only working with companies one-on-one consulting, and I was working on sales systems and sales processes with owners. And it reached a point that I realized you can do all the fun systems and processes from the top down, but I began to realize that the missing link, like what I believe is a growth from the bottom up. And I know this is not a popular opinion from people, because of course you do need systems, you do need processes. Those are critical pieces of a scalable business. Where I wanted to focus on was I could help the owners with structuring everything, but if the team wasn't succeeding, there was no growth. So I started to make a few videos for my clients. I didn't know what I was doing. I had them on YouTube as unlisted, and they had to log into my website with a little password, and it was like ad hoc stuff. I was like, this would be helpful for them. There was no goal or mission behind it. And then when I decided to take a break from the roofing industry, which I stepped away from burning out and bad people. And at that point, I said, you know what? I had just taken like my website down. By the way, it was also the Roof Strategist, took the website down. And at that point, I made those videos public. And I just said, I hope this helps someone because I needed these when I got started. And I didn't look at it again. And then I started getting comments on these videos saying, hey, you should do more. Hey, you should do more. Hey, I like this. This was helpful. Thank you. And I was like, this is not what I was expecting. So I started to realize, I thought I'd get chewed alive by people who wouldn't like my sales style because, the industry's evolved quite a lot since I got into it in 2011. And more people are coming into the roofing industry to change their lives. I don't really care much about roofs. I'm very open about that. What I'm passionate about is that this industry attracts people who are good with people, who usually are coming from not a really great spot in their life, and they're wanting to channel their natural people skills in a way that's going to drive sales. Because everyone, you're good with people, come on board. And then you go out and you try to make sales, and it just falls flat. So I wanted to help those people be successful. And when I started to be like, wow, people like this stuff, maybe I'll see what happens. And I had no vision of what is here today. It was simply producing videos, and then I listened to what people were needing and found the ways that I had done things and then delivered it in a way to help out. So that's kind of how the channel started.
So from there, how do you get from that point to now? I mean, you got a pretty large following now. What platform do you say you get the most amount of viewership? Is it on YouTube?
YouTube.
Yes?
Yeah, YouTube is predominant for me.
Yeah. So how did you get from that point now to building it out to the point that you're at now?
Caring about success of the people who watch. Every time I do a video, it's for the one person that's on the other side and how they can leave that video. The biggest thing, in my opinion, the biggest crime is stealing time. And when people invest time with my videos, I want them to leave in a better position than they were before they watched. So I focus everything on impact. How do I produce results for the person who's spending their very valuable time watching? And that's all I did. I mean, I really wish I could say like a magic switch. I don't know much about YouTube. I know the good, decent bits, But what I'm quickly learning is none of that matters. So anyone who's wanting to start a YouTube channel, I get this question a lot. People are like, oh, I just got to get the right keywords and the right tags and do the thing the right way. And ultimately, the platforms are moving away from that, and they just want real engagement, the people that like it. And when you just focus on doing the right thing and you're relentless about it, I don't know. I wish I had a better answer that was like, take this magic pill. But at the end of the day, it was about focusing on results for people and being relentless. And I think a big part of it is I started doing these lunchtime lives when COVID, we first had our first lockdown. Well, I don't know if there's been ever one since, but the lockdown that everyone knows about. And I said, I'm going to get in the trenches with everybody. I did a live on YouTube every day. I think it was 3 days a week or 5 days a week, I don't remember. But that's when I started to gain momentum, was just getting in the trenches with everybody.
Sweet, man. Well, this is the Rise Above show. We talk about, situations in which people are able to rise above from their failures, from whatever thing that's held them back. So I'm going to give you 3 rapid fire questions that I ask everyone.
All right.
Okay?
Lay it on me.
So my first rapid fire question is, what is one of the biggest failures that you've had, and how were you able to rise above from that?
Wow. Biggest failure I ever had, and how was I able to rise above? In the roofing industry or in life?
This could be business, this could be leadership, this could be personal life, whatever.
Yeah. My biggest failure was my second business I started. So my first business, I haven't even shared this publicly. I started a mobile car detailing business when I was 16 years old, and had a lot of fun. I was very successful with it. And then that kind of carried me a bit through college, on and off. When I stopped doing that because it was soul-sucking, frankly, I got into roofing. I was starting to make money, but roofing wasn't as fulfilling in the day-to-day, so I started this side business in the firearms world. I'm a big, I was a handgun instructor and doing defensive combat pistol leagues, things like that. So I started this business, and I dumped a lot of money into it as a hopeful vision of following my passion. So first I followed the massage therapy passion. That led me to being broke, which led me to the roofing industry. Then I was making money in the roofing industry. I dumped it all into this business, and I had no vision. Like, I thought you just do what you're passionate about, you focus on results, and I didn't have a way to monetize it. And I quickly flushed tens of thousands of dollars, which at that point in my life was a lot of money. I mean, it's still a lot of money. As we evolve, those mistakes, we get in positions where we can make bigger mistakes. I was not in that position then, so I flushed a lot of money down the hole. And the way I recovered from it is I realized that you need to be very clear about your audience, exactly what they need, and then have an actual business plan when we're going into business. So the failure was like paying for an MBA. That's what I always looked at. Like, I paid for my MBA in this failed business, and I still have one of my swag sweatshirts, and I joke with my wife, I'm like, I'm putting on my $35,000 sweatshirt because that's all I have left to show for it. But that was probably my biggest lessons in business.
It, man. You got to go through those things to get to the point that you're at now.
Yeah, you do.
So my next rapid fire question is, what is a book that's changed your life?
Can I give you 3?
Sure.
Goals by Brian Tracy. Okay. The One Thing by Gary Keller. The Gap and the Gain by Dr. Benjamin Hardy, written under Dave Sullivan.
Cool. We'll put those in the show notes.
Yeah.
So people can go and listen to those.
Awesome.
My last rapid fire question is, how will you know that you've succeeded in business?
When I've succeeded in business, I know that I'm only focused on clients that I enjoy working with. I'm focused solely on impact over revenue, I have complete freedom of my time and schedule, and I'm only working on projects that fuel me and challenge my creativity.
Dude, I love it, man. Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And I hope you're having a good time here at D2D. We're having a great time. We'll see you. We're going to have you at RoofCon this year.
Yeah, can't wait to be there.
People want to come in and shake your hand and know what you're all about.
Yeah.
People will see you on the videos. They want to meet you in person. Come over to RoofCon in November of this year. And with that, we'll sign off. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Rise Above show. Peace out.